All right, Jonathan. You notice the mic there again?
Oh yeah.
We are switching the mic back and forth, between the Samsung and the Yeti. And so we'll let people tell us what they think. So we're doing this month in history for tech for July 26th through August 1st. What catches your eye, Jonathan?
The first thing that catches my eye, Microsoft buys full rights to 86 DOS.
Yeah, let's see. Let's bring this puppy up. Let me share my screen here. So, a lot of people would think that Microsoft makes a lot of things, which they do. I mean, they've written the Windows system from scratch, but in the early days, they were buying a lot of things that existed. And so one of the first things that they bought was 86 DOS, or also known as QDOS. And so the original name was Quick and Dirty Operating System. So somebody wrote this operating system and Microsoft bought it from them. But then they rebranded it to MS-DOS, and instead of Dirty Operating System, they changed the name or the acronym to represent Disk Operated System. So they also, which was interesting here, was that they licensed MS-DOS as PC-DOS to IBM for their first PC. And then they turned around, the folks that sold them the 86 DOS turned around and sued Microsoft and said, wait a second, you didn't tell us that you were going to be licensing it out. It's like, we want part of that cut. So they ended up settling for $1 million out of court. But that $1 million is a drop in the bucket in comparison to how much they actually made from MS-DOS. So sometimes in order to make money, you gotta feed the dogs, But yeah. So they bought the full rights to 86 DOS. You know why they call it 86 DOS?
No, why?
The processor chip was an 8086. So to this day, okay, they still use that same architecture, whether you're running 32-bit processors or 64-bit processors. The 8086 architecture is still being used in modern processors. That's one of the things that Apple wanted to get away from. They wanted to get away from this 8086 architecture that their MacBook Pros run on. It's like, we need to run on something that's faster. And so they came up with their own silicon chip that broke the 8086 mold. And now they got their own architecture that they're working with. And so it's kind of interesting how old this technology has been carried forward since back in 1981.
That is old.
Yes, it has. But the one thing I got to say about it, though, is that old architecture can continue to perfect itself. Well, it doesn't perfect itself, the people that maintain it find what's wrong with it and ended up fixing it, right? So this old processor architecture has just been refined over the years, and they figured out how to get around some of its limitations and stuff. So
interesting.
Pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah.
What else catches your eye, Jonathan?
On July 28th, IBM's first desktop computer.
Wow, a day after Microsoft licenses the DOS operating system. But you know what? I think these are Oh no,
Yeah,
July 27, 1981, and July 28, 1981. Interesting. Very, very interesting how they're just one day apart, huh?
yeah.
Wow. So they came up with, this is cool. This machine here was initially just for like business people. You know, you can write your letters, you can, you know, store, you can actually load software to run your business. There was a lot of off the shelf inventory accounting stuff, but it didn't quite do what it needed to do. So this is a time where programmers were needed to write, accounting systems, to write inventory systems. So you had a lot of programmers writing those types of systems. There wasn't anything that you could just go and buy off the shelf that worked for everybody. A lot of it was just too simple, and it didn't meet everybody's needs. But I mean, I've lost data to disks. I would have been afraid to put anything on disk back in the day, especially those big old floppy disks
Yeah.
that if you fold them, that's it. Your data's lost.
Hmm.
Pretty scary stuff to run your business on this. I mean, but this was state of the art back then.
Yeah.
Uh,
Looks like you can play some really good Space Invaders on there.
did you ever play that?
Yeah.
That's cool. Cool. All right. What else do we got, Jonathan?
Next up, we have July 30th. Apple Lisa is born.
Apple Lisa. So there's rumors about this one here. So apparently, you know who Lisa is?
No, is it that computer they're all holding?
It is, but it actually stands for an acronym. However, that's also the name of his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever watch the movie? Any of the two movies that they made about him?
No, I have to watch those.
Oh man, I I should. Yeah, I'll I'll send you a link where you can watch them. Um, it's it's really interesting because he's so, again, I go back to saying that Steve Jobs was Steve Jobs. That's, it's just, you love him or you hate him. There was nothing in between. And it was just the way that he treated people, and he didn't mean to be mean or rude or anything like that. It was just the way his personality was. I mean, there was nothing you could do about it. But he really cared about his daughter. Although, if you watch the movie, it kind of shows like he didn't give a rat's ass about her, you know. But he really did care about her, and he goes and named a computer um, after her.
All right, next we have August 1st. Video killed the radio star. MTV debuts.
Yeah. Do you know that song?
Video killed the radio star.
Yeah. You're probably too young to remember the original MTV. MTV was literally music videos 24 hours a day,
Yeah, I
7 days
remember
a week.
those days.
Say what?
I remember those days.
Was it still?
Yeah. Well, like it was starting to change, but yeah, there was like it wasn't 24/7. It was just like most of the time.
Okay. Well, yeah. When it first started, it was 24/7, 365 days a year. I mean, there was just no breaks on videos. It was almost like you were listening to a radio station,
Mhm.
but playing videos. And so this ended up revolutionizing the music industry because a lot of people, I don't know about you, but this kind of works for me. Where if I listen to a song and I like it, I like, yeah, it's cool. It's all right. But if I like the song and then I go watch a concert or I go see them, I see the band perform, I end up liking it like 100 times more.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this ended up doing that for the music industry because not everybody was able to afford concerts. I mean, I didn't go to my first concert till I was 15, 14 maybe. And the one after that wasn't until my mid 20s, maybe close to 30, where I didn't get to the next concert. So, watching music videos, I get to see the band perform,
Mhm.
on TV, but still there's some type of performance there.
I remember when MTV was starting to go to like regular shows, um, there were still like shows that had music videos in them, like Beavis and Butthead.
That's right.
Those were some of the good old shows that are inappropriate now. Probably won't be on TV anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So that was supposed to be the first video that played on MTV. The video killed the radio star.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
First video.
that was the first video. The second one was "You Better Run" by Pat Benatar.
Pretty cool.
It is. Do we have anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Very cool. Until next time.